So one concern that people always had with OneLogin was, we kind of holding the keys to the kingdom. So if because people sign into OneLogin, and then they sign into the apps from there. And the concern was if OneLogin gets breached, kind of like the world's your oyster for the hackers at least. And so one day during a board meeting, I got a Slack message from my brother saying, I think we have a security issue. And so for about an hour, I was getting live updates, and it turned out to be really serious. And so that was like what I feared the most. And it was, it was a really scary moment. And once we kind of understood the situation on that first day, we knew that we had to go out immediately and announce it to our customers. I wrote a blog post about this maybe a month ago. So I immediately once we kind of understood the scope of it, of course, we didn't know how much data was taken, but some data was taken. I called our 10, 15 biggest customers directly and say, hey, there's going to be some news about this very soon. So we just want to give you a heads up, and we're on it. And, one of the CIOs said, oh, no one's ever done that before, and we were also about to close our single biggest deal with Airbus. It was like $1 million deal. So it's like, oh man, everything's just gonna fall apart. And so the next day we went live with it, and we immediately, got bombarded with the phone calls. So for the next many months, it was about we get drilled about what happened. And here's the thing: when you get interviewed by security teams, you can't lie to them. Like they will sniff it out if you're giving them, some kind of story. And so we just said, well, here's what happened, and here's what we're going to do. Give us a few days. We're going to come up with a plan. And so I think probably the next 5, 6 months, we had follow-up calls with a bunch of customers about where we were in that process of fixing all these things. And some of the things took a long time to solve because of kind of architectural. But because we were so transparent about it, we actually lost very few customers in the process. We returned more employees, I would say, than we lost customers because it was very stressful for the employees. But that was really scary. I mean, it could have completely ended the company, and it didn't, which obviously was a huge relief. But we could have gone about it differently, and then it would have been over.